your PowerPoint up so that they can, once 6 o'clock strikes, they'll see your opening slide. So I'm going to make you.
Sounds good.
We are live now.
This is just a check of the microphone. We have a little bit of a delay. It seemed like it's almost a minute delay. We're just checking that. It's now 6 o'clock. We're going to give people a few more minutes to log in, give them an opportunity to join us. So bear with us. We'll be with you shortly.
Good evening. Welcome to the public information meeting for the project to address the closed pedestrian bridges over the New York 33 ramps at the Thruway. My name is Sanjot Vaidya. I am the regional design engineer. Also with me here today is the project manager, Robert Schaller, and the project designer, Robert Ambrose. The purpose of tonight's meeting is to inform the public about the proposed project to remove the pedestrian bridges and establish alternative pedestrian routes. We will go through a presentation at the end of which we will take questions. Questions can be submitted via the YouTube chat box or by calling 716-931-6506. At this time, I'll hand it over to Rob to go through the presentation.
Thank you, Sanjo. This project is located in the town of Cheektowaga at the intersection of the New York State Thruway, I-90, and the Kensington Expressway. In particular, we're going to discuss the two pedestrian bridges that cross the 33 I-90 entrance and exit ramps. The pedestrian bridges were built in 1968 to provide pedestrian access across the Thruway. In the last 20 years, the pedestrian bridges have gone through a series of maintenance repairs. In 2004, temporary steel stud support columns were installed. The bridges were closed for most of 2006 for repairs to the stairs. The bridges were again closed through most of 2014 for other concrete repairs. In 2018, the pedestrian bridges were closed indefinitely. This project was initiated in September of 2010 with research and public outreach throughout 2011 and 2012. The project was placed on hold in December of 2014 until a funding source could be identified. The funding was made available in 2017 and the project was reinitiated. The project is currently in the preliminary design phase. At this point, I'd like to reiterate that any questions you may have can be entered in the YouTube chat, or if you do not have access to that, you may call area code 716-931-6506. Your questions will be answered at the end of the presentation. The objectives of the project are as follows: to address safety deficiencies of the pedestrian bridges using cost-effective techniques, and to provide ADA-compliant pedestrian and bicycle access across the New York State Thruway, I-90. A study conducted during 2011 recorded pedestrian and bicycle traffic on the pedestrian bridges for 1 year. As you can see, the observed usage was light, with an average of 18 individuals a day during the summer and spring months. During this time, New York State DOT met with stakeholders, town officials, and schools to discuss the community's needs. In the fall of 2012, the results of the study were presented to the public. During a meeting with the town of Cheektowaga in August of 2019, New York State DOT presented a plan to reach out to the local residents asking for their input on the future of the pedestrian bridges. 5,000 surveys were hand-delivered in September of 2019 to the properties between Harlem Road, Cleveland Drive, Union Road, and Genesee Street. In addition to being able to return the surveys via conventional mail, the public had the option to return the surveys online. The surveys gathered information from the residents regarding their usage of the pedestrian bridges, the frequency at which the bridges were used, the types of trips taken, and their preference on replacing or removing the pedestrian bridges. Out of the 5,000 surveys that were handed out, 290 responses were received either by mail or online. 136 responders indicated that they would not use the pedestrian bridges if replaced. 90 responders indicated that they would use the pedestrian bridges for recreational purposes. And 48 responded that they would use the bridges for non-recreational purposes. The survey revealed a low rate of expected usage for the replacement bridges, with less than 1% of those surveyed indicating that they would use the bridges for non-recreational purposes. Additionally, the department has not received any inquiries or complaints regarding the closure of these bridges since they were closed in 2018. New York State DOT met with the town of Cheektowaga officials to share the results of the survey. The town expressed interest in an alternate providing pedestrian facilities that would benefit the greater portion of their community. As the project developed, 3 alternatives were considered and eliminated from further study. The bridge rehabilitation option would retain the existing bridges, repair the identified structural deficiencies, and replace the stairs with ADA compliant ramps. The cost to rehabilitate these bridges is over 85% of their replacement cost, therefore no longer considered. The bridge removal and route termination alternative would remove the existing structures without providing alternative structures or pedestrian access routes. This alternative does not meet the project objectives and therefore is no longer considered. The bridge's removal with localized pedestrian improvements would remove the existing bridges and provide pedestrian improvements limited to an area near the existing routes. This alternative does not meet the project objectives and therefore is no longer considered. Three alternatives were considered for further study. The no-build alternative assumes no improvements. This option is always retained to serve as a baseline to which feasible alternatives can be compared. The bridge replacement on existing alignment alternative would remove and replace the pedestrian bridges with ADA compliant bridges at their existing location. The cost to replace these bridges is over 3 times the cost of the subsequent preferred alternative. Public outreach resulted in little support to reestablish the existing pedestrian bridges. This alternative was dropped due to the cost consideration and the lack of a demonstrative need. The bridge removal with pedestrian improvement alternative would remove the pedestrian bridges and provide alternative pedestrian access routes north to Cleveland Drive and south to Genesee Street. This alternative meets the project objectives using cost-effective methods and is therefore the preferred alternative. The preferred alternative would provide 2 alternate ADA-compliant pedestrian access routes that would provide connections between communities on either side of the I-90. These routes were developed in coordination with the town of Cheektowaga officials. The existing sidewalk along these routes was inspected for heaving, cracking, and spalling, and will be rehabilitated or replaced as necessary. Sidewalk gaps along these routes will have new sidewalk installed, and the curb ramps that do not meet ADA standards will be brought up to compliance. Bicycles will continue to use the local streets and have access to cross over the I-90 at both Cleveland Drive and Genesee Street. The existing closed bridges would be removed. The northern route would improve the existing sidewalk system to provide an ADA-compliant pedestrian access route. The route would run from Maryvale Drive, up Rosary Boulevard, Heather Road, and Lockland Drive, cross over the thruway at Cleveland Drive, and back down Beach Road to Maryvale. This would include 3,650 feet of sidewalk replacement. 26 curb ramps would be upgraded to ADA compliance. 4 properties would be affected with minor strip or corner right-of-way takes. The southern route would improve the existing sidewalk system and fill in sidewalk gaps to provide an ADA-compliant pedestrian access route. The route would run from Maryvale Drive, down Beach Road, cross over the thruway at Genesee Street, back up Elwood Place and Cedar Grove Circle to Maryvale Drive. This would include about 1,600 feet of sidewalk replacement and 1,350 feet of new sidewalk along Beach Road. 31 curb ramps would be upgraded to ADA compliance, and 21 properties would be affected with minor strip or corner right-of-way takes. Design approval for this project is anticipated in December of this year. Bids for construction are anticipated in June of 2023, with construction completion by the end of 2024. Your questions and comments regarding this project are most welcome. If you have any questions after this meeting has concluded, you can submit them by mail or email to the contact information listed here. please provide your comments by November 25th. This will conclude the presentation, and at this time, we will answer any questions posted during the YouTube chat.
So I pull up the chat now. Oh, right there. Okay. You didn't receive any questions.
We'll remain on this call for a short period of time. If there are any questions, please feel free to post them. If we miss you and you have questions, please again contact us at the information provided on this last slide. If you joined us currently and you don't have access to posting comments on the YouTube, you can call us at 716-931-6506. For those of you that have joined us, thank you so much. Again, after this meeting is finished, if you come up with any questions or have any comments, please submit them by November 25th. You can contact me. My name is Robert Ambrose. My phone number is 847 5279. My email address, robert.ambrose@dot.ny.gov. Or if you need to send by mail, 100 Seneca Street, Buffalo, New York, 14203. Thank you very much and have a great evening.
Thank you.